All right. Here we are. The BBS show. It's Brian.
Hello.
I'm Brock. How are you?
I'm Jamie. How's it going?
I'm good. I'm Shane. How you doing?
Well, I guess you're.
I think we ought to do that again.
I guess you're hosting.
Everybody's like, what? I had my dick in my hand.
Well, you
Okay.
usually introduce us.
Yeah, okay.
no shit.
So, all right. So, anyway, this is Brian. This is Brock. Jamie. I'm Shane. We're sitting around the table and we're going to have some fun tonight. We got some drinks.
Yes, we do.
And we're going to drink them. And I just want to state that Jamie is an actual police officer somewhere in the state of Utah. We won't say which department because we don't want to get him in trouble.
And one of the reasons why we're doing this is because recently Utah changed their law to .05, the only state in the nation that has a .05 liquor law.
Yeah.
Is it an O or is it a 0?
0.05.
Okay.
Thank you.
0.05? All right.
0.5 would be half your body. Could you imagine that?
That'd be a good night.
Most of the time when you talk to people, it's 0.5, and it's like, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0.5. You do realize that 0.5 for me would be like 125 pounds of alcohol, right? That would be stupid.
Maybe more.
That would be ridiculous.
I've heard of 0.6 and 0.7s before.
Ugh, God, I couldn't.
They got a
imagine.
0.7 in Florida, I believe, like last year.
Yeah.
Record. Nothing else like it in
That's-
like a
I think the
0.72
only-
or something.
I think the only time I'd ever say that is I didn't have sex with you. I was at 0.0. I was at 0.7.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
no way. I
remember
don't remember
that.
anything.
I don't. Who are you? Who are you? Ooh.
Yeah.
Or you look so much worse now.
Yeah.
You looked a lot better last night.
So what's the average like alcohol poisoning? What would that be?
So, I mean, a 0.03 or a 0.3, excuse me, should kill like half of the population. Like
Wow.
if you're a 0.3, like 50-50, you don't make it kind of thing.
Oh man.
Wow.
So,
So
yeah.
I will try not to go there
Yeah. Yeah.
tonight.
So,
Yeah.
so Shane,
But you do see people that are there that are functioning. You know, that's your definition of functioning alcoholic. They're
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's kind
So
of crazy.
Shane, would you like to explain what we're doing tonight? Then?
Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to drink, obviously.
Yes.
I think what we got to do first is take our little blowy things that were handed to us by Officer Jamie over here and see where we're sitting. Make sure we're all 0.0000, except for Brian probably, because
He's an alcoholic.
I am not an
alcoholic.
alcoholic.
and then we're going to start drinking. We're going to see how long it takes to get the 0.05 limit in the state of Utah.
Now we're also all larger guys.
Yeah.
I'm
Thanks,
6'4".
Brock.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all 6'4", 6'5", about 250 pounds, roughly.
Correct.
Roughly.
so whenever you're ready to do.
You're tall, too. You're just sitting in a short chair. What are you, 6'3"?
I'm 6'3".
6'3", yeah.
You
Just
ready
give you
now?
a short chair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll blow.
Okay, just tight seal and blow. Blow, 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 blow. Good. Go ahead and take your straw back.
So
Yeah,
what
don't
did it
go.
say?
Zeros.
Zeros.
All zeros.
All zeros.
Everybody verify zeros.
Zero.
All right. I was wondering why you're so dry.
Yeah,
You're such a humor.
So Shane 0-0.
You get funnier and louder when you drink.
I know. But that's the fun part, you know?
I believe this is the first time we ever started without having a few drinks.
All right.
Yeah.
Again,
So,
nice and nice and smooth. Blow, 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 blow. Keep going. Okay. Go ahead and grab your straw again.
All zeros.
dude,
Yep.
here's my
Can we?
stuff.
Can I
Zeros.
show that to the camera real quick?
Yeah.
So that
It goes away
Like-
after too long, so
Zeros.
kind of see it.
there we go.
Okay, cool.
B. Ryan.
All right, here's my straw.
Brian's up.
If I blow me, I'm gonna be pissed. 'Cause I know. I was like, no, it won't.
You might have to stand up and reach each other,
Yeah. Hold on. All right.
like Lady and the Tramp.
So just so you guys know, you don't have to blow real hard, just nice and smooth, and it'll make a click when it's done.
That's what she said.
Yeah, Brian's
Blow,
good
blow,
at.
blow, blow. Good. Grab your straw.
And that's
Zeros.
That's not the first
Wow.
time I've actually blown
Wow,
into one of
you
those.
actually blew zeros.
I told you I would.
Holy cow.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so first
Okay,
of all,
well-
let's do a shot. Okay,
Oh.
wait a minute. Who has a timer? How often do we want to actually check this?
It's up to you. I mean, I don't.
I think after our beer, and then we'll do the 15-minute, wait.
Drink a beer and then wait for 15
Yeah,
minutes?
so we
All right.
only have a selected time,
And-
an
and-
hour. It's-
As an officer, isn't there, what was the terminology you used earlier? You have to wait so many minutes?
Baker time.
Okay, and how long is that
Baker
officially?
time's 15 minutes. That's for any residual mouth alcohol to be
Okay.
gone.
Gotcha.
So that way, all the alcohol we get is coming off of your breath, which
Yeah.
is actually, it's a good way to say it. It comes from your lungs, actually.
Yeah.
So you perspire it as well as exhale it. So
Yeah, that's one big myth. I think a lot of people think you just take a breath mint and you won't get a DUI, but the truth is you're exhaling it because it's in your blood. That's why they call it blood alcohol content.
Yeah.
And it's being sent out your lungs. That's why you can blow it. Okay.
Yeah, there it is. Cheers.
That was a nerdy thing to say.
What? Cheers.
who doesn't want to know the technical stuff though? That's
Everybody
the point,
wants.
though.
Yeah. Ready? You got a timer? Somebody got a timer?
Yep, I'm throwing it up right now.
You're throwing up already? God damn.
Oh, no.
Rookie.
I feel better already.
Yeah, God.
I really do.
Warms my little tummy. Now I'm going to start drinking my beer here.
As you should. I have a beer too. This is actually really good. This is a local beer, and it's 9%. So this is real beer. You know what I think? It's funny because here in Utah, everything is like known to be 3.2. If it's on tap, it has to be 3.2. If it's imported from somewhere else, unless it goes through the state liquor store, it has to be 3.2. But if it's brewed in the state of Utah, there's no limit.
Now, here's while we're waiting for alcohol to kick in here. There is one thing that hit the news the other day that was kind of interesting. So, state of Utah, the DABC would not allow a liquor license at a karaoke bar.
Yeah, I
read
about
axe
that.
throwing. Now, I get the axe throwing. I don't want to go and hang out and have some guy pissed off because he missed the axe circle and then turn towards me drunk as shit with an axe. I get that. But the karaoke, I can't go to a karaoke. I mean, that's a lot of pissed off
I don't know, man.
Asians.
Some people take that karaoke really serious.
Yeah, God.
But you actually can have a couple of beers. You can have 2 beers at the axe throwing place.
Not anymore.
No, so they cut it off.
So the new law that they passed is there's a list, and the list had so many different venues that you could have the alcohol at, and I guess karaoke was not on the list.
That's dumb. I'm
So
sorry.
I mean, I can't go to a karaoke bar
here's a
sober.
thought. Food for thought. All right. If you're going to go to a karaoke bar, you have to have alcohol just to deal with the people who are so terrible.
To get the nerve to get up and sing. God, I have to have at least a good buzz
I don't even
going.
want to. It's horrible. It's the worst experience I've had in my life. No,
I don't know. I've seen you and Shane karaoke the shit out of a bunch of old ladies at a bar out in Mexico.
Yeah.
Now, you don't need to be repeating that.
Okay.
I will say I can clean house when there's some cougars in the crowd.
Yeah.
Picks
Your
picks
Elvis.
I really can.
Brings them back to their childhood.
Their depends were dropping.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
Somebody's got to change them,
Yeah.
Might as well be me. Do you have any crazy stories that you can think of right now that you've seen when you were on duty anywhere?
It's hard to say anything that's crazy because when
It's
you-
all crazy.
Yeah, when you do it all the time, it's like everything.
Okay, let's rephrase that. What was the first thing you remember that you're like, holy cow, I'm in it now?
When you get your first crashes,
And yeah, anything.
some mangled crashes, you see cars cut in half kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So there was actually a chase. I think that's probably a good one. So there was a gang unit that saw a stolen car.
Yeah.
Not my department. Just saw it, lit him up, ready to go after him. Hauled off the car. Just beelined. It was on State Street, going about 100.
Yeah.
Right through a light where a car was coming out, and it cut the car in half.
Wow.
You know what? Was that right over here by the 21st South, roughly?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
The reason why I know that is because my girlfriend I was dating at the time, the people that lived across the street, that was their son.
No, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm serious. Like, that's why I remember. I'm like, holy, was that where it was? Yeah, because
that was the most gnarly crash that I've seen. I mean, it was so strange because you take like the floorboards of the rear passenger seat, totally perfect car.
Yeah.
But the engine block is sitting in the middle. The transmission is completely and separate from parts. Like obviously it rolled, but
Yeah.
so you just have just a straight block
Yeah.
hanging out there. You're just your transmission over here. You can see the blower over here, the radio over here, and then just metal. There's like no recognizable car anymore.
I can't believe that.
That's
I
insane.
can't believe that those donuts have made its way over there. They
I
were in
know.
the middle of the table. How did that happen?
As soon as he walked in, I gave them to him.
I know, but I'm actually fucking those right now.
I don't understand. Well, he's probably not eating these because he wants to not keep the stereotype.
I got to keep my girlish figure.
What
That's
kind
true.
of a prick am I?
However, I will say Brian is no longer a police officer, but he
Oh,
still
yeah.
has his police officer tendencies. So would you like a donut, sir?
Maybe in a minute. I'm waiting for the alcohol to kick in.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So anyway,
Well, that actually changes if you guys are drinking. I mean, if you're eating something, you're soaking that up a little bit, right?
so maybe we shouldn't
it
be eating.
stops the actual soaking up of the small intestine.
It decreases how fast it makes it so you don't metabolize it as fast. So that's why when you when you drink on a full stomach, like it sits and absorbs into the food.
Yeah.
And then it takes your body time to digest the food with the alcohol.
So
Instead of the alcohol just sifting past and going through, it soaks it up.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah. That's why Buffalo Wild Wings you have to serve a protein with a booze.
Well, that
can't
makes
drink.
sense.
Yeah.
See, I just carried around pennies in my pocket because I heard the urban myth if you throw a
Yeah,
penny in
it's
your
called the Baker rule. If anything's in your mouth, they have to start the 15 minutes over again.
Okay.
So
It's actually if you belch, burp, or regurgitate, according to the code.
or you want to put a nasty ass fucking penny in your mouth. You know how many people have touched that shit? Oh, God.
That's a little gross.
So I've got this funny little story here. I'm going to bring it up real quick. This actually happened, just so you know, over in the UK somewhere. England, I guess. I don't know.
So it didn't happen in Florida, finally.
It didn't happen in Florida, finally.
Wow.
So anyway, there's a dude, he's 60 years old, and he got a $25 fine for a minor motoring offense, which basically, you know, I think he forgot to use his blinker or something, you know, whatever it might be, $25. And he went to court and did not want to pay the $25 fine. So he decided he wanted to invoke the ancient right to trial by combat, which basically means that now the DMV over there has to find their best champion to fight him. And he was willing to fight to the death.
So I got a question.
Over $25?
Over $25.
God damn,
Now,
I just paid the fine, man.
Think about how cool this would. Now, obviously, the judge that was over was like, no way, you're not going to do that. But think about how cool that would be over here. If you get a speeding ticket or something, you go to the DMV and you go to the court, you're like, trial by combat.
Hey, do you know who sovereign citizens are?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They do that stuff
Yeah, it's called they evoke the Articles of the Confederation.
from like 400 years ago.
The South from like 200 years ago when
Yeah.
the South was rising. Like, I'm a traveling citizen. I don't have to listen to you. I don't take care of but the sheriff, if the sheriff comes in, they'll listen to the sheriff.
Yeah.
But officers, they're like, I don't recognize your authority. I stopped a guy for not wearing a seatbelt, and he ended up pulling to the left, which is also illegal.
Yeah.
Refused to go. So I went to court 4 times on this guy.
Because he refused.
Because he didn't want to wear a seatbelt because this one time his sister got in an accident and rolled the car, and not having her seatbelt on saved her life. And I'm like, look, dude, if you play the odds, if I take a 10-foot pole and go walk out on a golf course during a lightning storm and I don't get struck, it doesn't mean that that's the safest course to go.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that's how these people think that way. It's so bizarre to me. But it was funny because the prosecutor was like, yeah. He came and filed a brick of paperwork that was like a ream, you know what a ream of paper is? Ream of paperwork, trying to get the judge to say, hey, I don't, you know, he kept asking the judge, show me standing. So basically, show me that you are somebody I should answer to. The judge, telling the judge this. Ends up standing up, screaming, flailing at the judge. Judge was this close. She happens to be a really cool, laid-back judge.
Yeah.
This close to throwing him in contempt and throwing him in jail, giving him time because he went over his seatbelt. Over his seatbelt. And I'm like, dude, like, I just want you to live. Just put your seatbelt on.
Yeah.
How hard is that?
You know, so I've been to the DMV recently, and I'd take any one of them some bitches on. I absolutely would. I think I could take any.
Yeah, I had to go get my driver's license.
You guys are a rare breed, though. Come on.
Oh, no, there was I picked the hottest one. I'll kick my ass.
And you're like,
she was gorgeous.
The hottest one. You'd be like,
I was
okay.
hoping there was like 15 windows. It's like, now serving window number 15. I'm like, God damn, I'm next. Please give me 15.
Just oil her up first.
So does it have to be to the death, or do you could just concede?
I don't know.
Can you
Whatever
tap
the
out?
ancient rule. But I guess this is an actual, still like some ancient law that's still on the book over there. But clearly they don't always follow it. But how cool would that be? Think about it. What if you're like, you know what? I'm going to sue my neighbor. Trial by combat.
Yeah. You walk up and just slap him in the face with a glove.
Whatever. You know?
I challenge you to a duel.
I don't know if it's true, but I heard Utah is one of the few states that still has, you have the decision to be, if you're put to death, like you do something, and you, like by firing squad, you can still be.
I think you can, yeah.
You can still choose firing squad.
I think it's here in Texas are the only ones that allow that.
Something like that. I remember there's a couple of states.
Yeah, it's like 6 dudes.
That's what I would
One
do.
has a bullet.
Yeah,
Nobody knows who has the bullet.
I think it's
And
more.
they all fire.
Isn't it
Right?
more than one though? Isn't it like 3 just to make sure, but like a 6 of them or something?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd be
it's
like,
something
can I get
that.
like an extra one? This son of a bitch did some wicked shit. I want to kill him twice.
Yeah, what happens if you're up there on the firing squad and you shoot twice? Like, is that against the rule?
It's a
They
bolt
use
action.
or like muskets or something.
Yeah, shit, my ball missed.
That's
Pack
awesome.
some nails in there in a blunderbuss.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway.
so it'd be funny because you know who they'd pick to do that. It'd be you. Yeah, you do the jiu-jitsu shit.
Yeah.
Oh, to
you were
fight?
like, yeah, you were.
This guy's a ninja.
He
like
is,
he's
no.
legitimately a ninja, right?
He actually, you took first in
I took third at World Masters last year.
World Masters.
Wow.
It's a tournament in Vegas. It's the biggest one so they have,
For jiu-jitsu, right?
for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, there are, up until you're 30, then they're basically they consider you adult. That's where the true, like, badasses are. That's where the guys that spend their entire lives, they're pro, that's what they do. And then past 30, it's called the Masters tournament. So it's basically the old man version of that because I'm an old man now, I
So
guess.
you're out there kicking the shit out of 60-year-olds and stuff?
No, it gives my age. It's 5-year increments.
Gotcha.
You ever seen that Seinfeld where he
Yeah,
Kramer
beating up
goes,
kids.
yeah, he goes to karate and it's all kids and shit, and then they finally gang up on him in the fucking back alley.
Yeah, but he's telling Jerry and Lane, like, dude, I'm doing so good. And like, oh, we want to come see you. That's great.
Kicking the shit out of fucking 8-year-olds.
Jiu-Jitsu's the badass one, right? All the MMA, the really good MMA
Yeah,
guys,
the really good
they're
guys,
the
yeah.
ones that, because
Yeah, the school
Right.
that I'm at is a Gracie school, which are like the guys that started it. So,
awesome. Cool.
You know, Hoist Gracie. You remember that back in the day when UFC started?
UFC
Oh, yeah.
1,
They'd
2,
have,
and 3. He was a champ.
700-pound fucking sumo wrestler against Hoist Gracie.
I
You
love
get him
it.
in some weird little armed bar and then fucking break it.
So we've been drinking beers as we go. Is that going to fuck up the breathalyzer test
No,
No,
with the beer? It won't.
no.
it's alcohol.
That's part of the point.
Well,
And what I'm
only
saying
alcohol.
is the Baker law. You know, aren't we
Well-
supposed to wait?
Yeah, well, finish your shit. Hurry up.
Yours
So-
is just as. all right.
I have a bigger beer.
It's probably a good idea to wait like 3 or 4 minutes before, if we're going to PBT again, wait like 3 or 4 minutes just to make sure there isn't any alcohol still in your mouth anywhere.
Or we could swish with water.
If you want to switch with water,
Yeah, there's
but
you.
that's water's
Okay,
not
yeah.
going to taint it because it's not alcohol.
Yeah.
So
Did you say taint?
You said taint.
Speaking of taint,
really, you go straight to taint.
Oh, you got a story
In a
about
room-
taint. Here we go.
Fantastic.
Hey, I have a question. I have
Oh,
a
no.
question.
What?
Is my mic sound like shit?
no, you sound like shit.
I know, but I'm not.
Are you talking into your microphone or are you talking off to the side?
No, I'm talking straight into it. Do
You
I?
had
Do I?
VBC.
You're fine. You sound wonderful.
You sound fine to me.
Do I really? I don't
Sound beautiful.
sound that good.
You also
Gated.
have beautiful eyes.
Oh, thank you.
If you could mute his mic, he'd make him sound a lot
Yeah.
better.
You shut
Tell me
your
about it.
horse mouth.
So anyway, there's this new thing called Scrotox. You ever heard of that?
Scrotox. I love it already.
Remember Chodorant?
Oh yeah.
that was
Oh,
mine.
See, yeah, that's
Children.
Chodorant. But anyway, that's a different story. So anyway, Scrotox. Okay, I guess these dudes who have plenty of money,
He's about to spit his beer.
yeah, they're getting Botox injections in their scrotum. 'cause
Why?
It loosens it up and it makes it hang nice and
How old are these
smooth.
people?
So
I don't
instead
know.
of down to their knees when they're 80, it's down to their ankles.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably not older people because older people don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but when they do get old,
Is this a
though,
millennial thing? I'm just curious.
I don't know. But anyway, the point is that they're doing it, and I guess it makes it fuller and smoother looking. Like, are you really that worried about what your balls look like?
Hey, my balls are awesome. I'm not worried at all.
I'm just
shave
curious.
them
All
shits.
I know
take
is
care of
when
them.
it's warm outside, they hang down to my knees, and when it's cold, they disappear. That's what I know.
See, if I was gonna do something, I'd put like a third ball in there just to fuck with the ladies.
Yeah,
Like, is that a third ball? It
have it
sure is,
installed.
man. Yeah, just
it's a marble.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
My
you-
question is though, have you ever? Is this just me, or have you ever been in the tub or the shower and you're like, where's it at? Where the fuck did
It
it go?
You
disappeared.
lost
It's
your
like
ball.
you got one ball and you're like, where's the other one at? You're
up
kind
in
of
your-
creeping out
up in
and
your
you're
stomach or
rubbing
something.
around and finally it appears. You're like, oh, there it is.
There it is.
that might be just you.
Yeah. Scared the shit out.
Hey, Jamie, welcome to our show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's not a cold shower, then I don't know what to tell
Oh
you.
no,
buddy.
that was a bathtub.
He takes baths because he's a girl.
I love baths.
He also sits to pee.
Yes, I do.
And he wears dresses on the weekend
No, I don't.
with high heels.
A moo
He doesn't tell anybody about
Oh, yeah.
that stuff.
Size 14 high-heeled shoes. Yeah, you show me the Nordstrom that carries them shoes.
I've seen that before.
Yeah.
I guarantee you could
Oh, I
find them.
bet you have.
I saw it at the mall. I was walking through these dudes that were like 6'8", 6'9", in like skimpy little skirts and high heels, just trucking along together with their little bags.
So, is that our
They-
alarm?
They
Yes, it
lost.
is.
They
Do we
lost
need to
the
blow?
bet.
Probably. At least I
Yeah.
would hope so.
Yeah, we need to blow.
Okay, let's do the same order. Shane,
Brock, you're first.
you want me to go first? I'll
Yeah,
go
get
first.
over here.
Swish with water first.
Hurry up.
Why you unzipping your pants, you punk?
How much do you think that the little thing matters if we don't have our mouth clean?
It doesn't matter.
Not much.
It
Yeah, I'll do it
you
first.
should be all right.
You do first.
Okay, Shane's going first.
Okay. Now I'm going to record these. I'm going to write them down.
I just like that Shane is up first to blow.
Shh. It's because you're excited about it.
Yeah.
All right, just like before. Good.
That was good sound.
What was that one?
Shane, your
We'll
lips.
see. Takes just a second. Usually when it's zeros, it's like
Yeah.
quick, and then when it
Well, I can
when
tell
it's-
I drank something.
when it's thinking about it, it takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, did you see Shane's face off? I mean, huge.
That may have been just because you had just drank before you did it.
You know, I'm gonna go wash my mouth out. You guys do your
What
thing.
is mouth alcohol?
What was it?
0.94. So that's
I know.
Holy shit!
I know I'm not
Jesus, you're
0.09.
That's
Dunsky.
definitely
That's
mouth alcohol.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wash my mouth out.
You know
I'll be
what?
right back. You guys do your thing.
Yeah.
Shane, while you're there, will you grab us all a little glass of water so we can do the same?
Yeah, I'll go over there and I'll
And if
grab
you
some.
think-
I got it.
If you
Okay.
think about like practical application when we're doing this too, a lot of the time you're driving around, unless you have open container, like we're not really looking too carefully, and you get out of the car, we're talking to you, we're running your info. It's going to be 10-15 before we get to this point because we're going to do all of the other tests as well, which is 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the reality that is, unless you're chugging right inside the car, even then, it's still going to be 5 to 10 minutes before we actually use this.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you were mentioning earlier DUI in Utah specifically. They're looking. You're looking for drugs like the Xanax and the prescribed drugs, right? Even though
it's everything. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what it is. You can't drive impaired. We're out to prove impairment.
Gotcha.
That's it. It's all about impairment. You can blow under the per se limit, but if you're impaired by drugs, you still can take the ride.
So did you say that there was probably as big as or slightly larger problem with prescription drugs, medications?
Utah relative to other states, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we arrest more drug-related stuff. And it's not even necessary. Sometimes it's legal prescription use as well as illegal prescription use. Most of my personal experience, which is anecdotal, obviously, because I can't speak for everybody, but it seems like most of my arrests that were DUI in relation to prescription were illegally obtained. They took it from mom, or they took it from their friend, or they bought it illegally, or whatever it was. So yeah, very rarely. It's only a handful of times are you stopping somebody that's on their meds as they should be taking them that maybe pops an extra because they their back hurts or something.
Yeah.
Because they
No.
can.
I would
Because he
I
likes
could.
it. I like
would.
it. All right. So
Can't
you
feel my toes. No, I don't want to feel my legs.
Want to try it
Hey.
again since you've rinsed a little?
There you go.
Here's my doohickey. Don't touch that end. I don't want you to get cooties.
1 sec.
Here I am.
It's got to
Yeah,
calibrate
yeah.
every time.
He's so excited to put his mouth around something.
Heck yeah, yeah.
He's excited to blow.
All right.
Here we go. You should see his blow face. It's a good blow face.
Yeah, it is.
I
God,
like it.
Jesus,
It's a sexy blow face.
you smile like a donut. I love
Hey.
it.
That's my favorite.
Grab your straw again.
Do you give these away to the people when you blow them?
Yeah, I have them take it off, and I say, all right, put it in your pocket. Have a souvenir.
when you blow them?
So, no bullshit. On my wedding night, I got pulled over. I wasn't feeling good. Oh, what do you got?
0.3. See that?
0.034. That's more realistic right
Yeah.
there.
So 1 shot and a half a beer.
Yeah, but this is 9%.
In 15 minutes.
9%.
In 15 minutes. Time matters.
Gotcha.
So
Okay. So I
Rock, you're next. Hurry up.
All right.
so probably you finish your beer in another like 10 minutes or so.
You're
Probably right around where you wouldn't want to be,
Yeah.
driving anyway. You ready?
Gotcha. Okay. Yes, I'm ready. Now I'm ready to blow, baby.
All right.
Check out my blow
Did you
face.
swish? I heard you swishing
I
over
did.
there.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is I heard you swish, and so I was like, I bet I can
Well, you should have
swish.
said you could hear me.
I was trying to like out swish you.
All right. Already. Oh,
All right.
you stop blowing. Hold on.
Oh, you fucked
I'm not
it
a very
up.
good blower.
Cheater.
I also
He's terrible at this.
All right, one more
He's a
time.
horrible blower.
I'm never taking you to dinner.
At least not to
There you go.
dessert.
Grab your straw.
We're not getting ice cream after.
But I will let you take me to dinner.
I got to pay for my own date.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit. So I got pulled over on my wedding night, right?
0.021.
Ooh.
Point what?
Check that out.
0.021.
But I'm also drinking 3-2 beer.
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
you're
that's
drinking
mine.
9.
Mine is
You're 9, so you're 3 times.
Yeah, yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
You know
turn.
how to use it. You want to just do
Yeah.
yours?
There you go.
You know how to use it. You're
So
like an asshole cop.
so as I get pulled over, I'm leaving, and I got married at a bar. My dad is he's a Mason, so he actually married us, and we had a great time. We had an open bar, and everybody just got shit-faced, shit-tank drunk, but I didn't feel good that day, which should have been a sign because now I'm divorced. That's a whole nother story. And I had to blow, and she goes, "Here you go, congratulations, you're not going to jail on your wedding night." And that's my DUI, not going to jail story.
nice.
I couldn't believe it.
What?
Nice.
The fuck? No way.
What'd
Where's
you
that
do?
he's doing? What
Why
is
is
it?
mine higher?
What are you?
I'm a .063.
Did you switch the water?
I switched the shit on my.
I think there's something wrong with your body, because remember when you and I borrowed one of these and we went out drinking, drink for drink, and you did the same thing. You were like .0.
That was an older one though. That was one of the old school ones.
Yeah, but my point is you were twice the alcohol content as I was. There's something wrong with your freaking body. It doesn't metabolize alcohol very well.
Could be. Everybody's different. That's the thing. That's what this is again why we do impairment. This is why we don't just go by this. A lot of the time when I'm administering this to people, they're looking at me like, should I take it? Should I take it? And I'm like, look, it's not admissible in court. That's the truth of it. It doesn't. It is positive or negative. It gives us a number, but it's not accurate enough that courts give a crap about it, which is why we read you a whole page of crap and tell you, hey, you want to come do this real test at an intoxilizer?
Yeah.
And then you can get a real authentic official number or a blood draw. We'll give you that real number. So like Brian had mentioned earlier, this is really about positive or negative for alcohol. It gives a number and it's reasonably accurate, but it's
not admissible in a court of law.
Here's
It's kind of like a polygraph.
Here's what's funny about going from law enforcement into bartending. So once they find out I'm an ex-police officer, they actually they talk to me about like laws and DUIs and stuff like that, and I tell them, I'm like, two things that always pop up. One, this is our privileged state. This is not a right to drive state. So if you don't read your stupid carbon copy form at the DMV before you sign it, it says on there, you will give a law enforcement officer consent for breath, blood, urine, or oral fluids.
Yep.
They don't realize that. That's why your little signature is on your driver's license. You have given consent. And so when you don't, they take your driving privilege away. And
generally, if it's your first offense, you go with it. But I have friends that have gotten multiple DUIs, and their attorneys advise them after the second DUI, you don't freaking do anything. You fight it. You don't submit to anything. 'Cause it's easier.
Here's the problem with that. As somebody that does this actively, I mean, so those are. I mean, I'll give you a similar spiel. So the admonitions we read you, that we read them verbatim, exactly as they are listed for us. Mm-hmm. And when we tell you, we inform you, you entered into a civil contract with the state for your driver's license. Like Brian said, it's a privilege. And by entering into that contract with them, if you refuse, you're voiding your contract with them, but it's not criminal in nature. It has nothing to do with you getting arrested or not. You're still going. So if you say no, then it's like, okay, I'll get a warrant and do a blood draw on you, and the blood draw is going to come back higher and more accurate. So like,
how long? Let's talk about that. How long does that take? If you got somebody that's just being a prick and like, fuck you, I'm not going to do the breathalyzer.
How long to get a warrant?
How long to get a warrant?
3
just
minutes.
a phone call?
10 minutes.
3 minutes.
Really?
3 minutes.
3 now, yeah. Back when I was doing it, it was 10 minutes. All online. And
so I'll show you guys. I'll play some video for you, probably off the air because it's an active case. The very last DUI guy I arrested was a real piece of shit. Would not stop just running his mouth about what a fairy I am and how proud I should be that I don't own a car and I'm not married and no kid. Like, just running his mouth the whole time. And I'm like, dude, like, you gonna do this stuff? He's like, no, fuck you. And all right, fine. So I'm sitting there typing up a warrant in 3 minutes. Bloop, got it back. I'm like, all right, we got a warrant. And he said he wasn't gonna submit. So I was like, all right,
we're gonna hold your ass down.
Yeah. So I'm like, look, when we get a warrant, that's not us anymore. That is a judge saying you will get that blood.
So you've got a judge just sitting, waiting at a computer just to click.
So how it worked, and correct me if I'm wrong. So Judge Lynn Sadler, no, it wasn't Sadler. It was another judge.
It doesn't matter.
He was tired of getting his door knocked on at 2:00 in the morning, right? So he came up with this e-warrants, and it's the judges are all on call. So the on-call judge will get the pager or whatever it is now. It was a pager back when I was doing it, but
Probably similar.
so now it's when it's the on-call judge for that jurisdiction or that district. So like 3rd district judge, 4th district judge, wherever you're at. And so when a cop does it, he's ready. He's on call. He already has that pager. He pops up. It comes up in his email. He reads it and electronically signs it and sends it back to you.
Dude, you know he's just like that Homer Simpson episode where he's just hitting why,
Now,
yes to everything.
will.
Because the thing is here's what I can imagine. I'm at home. It's 2 a.m, which is most of the DUI. I can imagine most of them. That's when the bars close. Everybody's going home.
Yeah.
I'm like, you motherfuckers are out fucking. I'm trying to sleep.
But what did I tell you, though? What did I tell you earlier? I said half the DUIs, or even more now, are after the person stops drinking, falls asleep at their buddy's house, and wakes up going, oh, I slept for 2 hours. I stopped drinking at 3. I'm going home at 6. They're still at a 0.1516 because they don't realize the metabolizing rate of alcohol.
No, that makes sense to me. But wouldn't that piss you off? You get an Uber from home from the bar. You got to work tomorrow morning, and you're like, oh, shit, I just got a DUI even though I did all the right things. I left my car at home. I grabbed an Uber. I came home. I drank too many freaking Cinco de Mayo tequila shots. And
That's right now.
Yep.
Cinco de Mayo.
Hey. By the way, I got to work tomorrow.
Oh, shit. Anyway.
Tomorrow's not Cinco de Mayo.
It's Sunday, right?
No,
Or is it today?
Tomorrow's.
Sunday.
Well, it doesn't matter. We don't want to.
Well,
say
you know what
date
today
it
is, right? It's May 4th. Be
No,
with
that's
you.
tomorrow.
May the 4th be with you.
It
Yeah,
is the
it's
3rd.
all Star Wars
That's
shit.
tomorrow.
Is it today? No, that's it.
May the 4th is tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. That's Star Wars Day.
Yeah. Star
See,
Wars.
bartenders
And
don't
then-
care what day it
And
is.
then Chewbacca dies. Oh, fuck. That's just horrible. 2 days before Cinco de Mayo and May 4th be with you.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Who would you rather?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Chewbacca or Barf from Spaceballs?
We already went through this. You know where
What'd
my
you say?
standpoint. I said barf.
What about you, Shane? Barf or Chewbacca?
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca? Jamie?
Chewie don't talk back.
I like
Kinda.
I like it.
You're right.
And do you think Chewbacca's got like a normal wiener? Or has he got one of them dog rocket ones?
Well, I
No, it's
guarantee he's
got to be a
got
rocket
lipstick,
one.
dude.
The son of a
Red
bitch.
rocket.
I mean, he walks around with no underwear on.
Good for him.
The whole fucking series.
I would
Just
do
show
He
that.
just has like this weird gun belt that he never uses. It just goes across his chest. What do you have? You have like a cool bow and arrow. Where's your fucking arrows?
He did have a cool bow and arrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you ever Googled like cinema magic? Like what they do for their props?
No, but
Like Star Trek? You know those were fucking packs of gum.
gotcha.
On their-
Yeah.
Like they're different little packs
Like
of gum.
the tricorder was like a headset or something like that.
Well, and then the dude's the black guy's thing
Yeah.
was a hair like a hair thing for chicks.
They spray painted it.
Yeah. It's like anyway. Oh, look, here's Shane interrupting
was
our
thinking
fucking
about-
conversation.
Speaking
Sorry,
of
I was-
lipstick wieners on Chewbacca, I
Did
got
you
a story.
check- Did you?
Yeah,
reset
we're
the timer?
on a timer.
Where
We
at
got
on
we
timer?
got a few minutes.
Like
You're on time.
3 minutes, 8 minutes left.
You guys still drinking?
Yeah,
Well, I'm drinking.
I just can't
I
believe
wanted
I'm
a
at
shot at
0.06.
Jameson again. I thought we should all do a round of Jameson.
I think we should.
but the
we
thing
should.
is,
I have-
my Jameson's empty.
We got the new one. I'll grab it.
Yeah, you grab it.
So anyway, do you
I'm
want me
already
to
at a
continue? You can hear us over
0.063.
there.
This is horseshit.
Huh?
I've had mine's a bigger beard than yours, so
Everybody thinks
I'm
their shit's
I'm
bigger than
drinking.
mine.
I
Not
hope,
alcohol
I
by
hope,
volume.
Yeah, well, let's see here. It's right now I'm at 8.5.
Oh,
Shit,
well,
I
there
didn't
you
know it was
go.
that big. Damn.
8.5%.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, so
I thought it was less than that.
how do you think your sexting game is?
Oh, it's awesome. It's on point.
How do you know?
I sexted last night.
Okay, so is your sexting consist of sending dick pics and that's it?
No. Like it's fantasies. You talk about what you want to do and how you want to do it and what you want from them, and some dick pics.
Do you give details? Or are you? What I'm saying
Give
is,
us an example. I
are
want
you
to
good
hear
at
it.
it? Well,
I'm very good at it.
I just want to know the reason why I'm saying. Do you have a sexting game? You're married, right?
I'm married now.
Married
Like,
now.
damn it, I am now.
Yeah.
But you could still sext
Goes
your
on.
wife, right?
Okay, time out. Shots.
What? Oh yeah.
Hey,
You made me get it. Let's take a shot.
Where's my shot?
No, I don't-
Where's mine?
Oh, that
What's
one's.
this?
I don't know.
what is this?
That's a shot of
No,
whatever the hell.
Yeah, that's yours. I
I'll
already
take it.
have mine.
Okay,
I don't know
let's
that
do it.
fourth one. There's a fourth one down there.
I know, but I don't do Jameson.
We're not-
Sorry. I mean, that's just,
Oh,
that's not nasty.
Okay.
All right. So anyway,
Bottoms
I love
upstairs.
Jameson.
Drink up, kids.
Yum, yum, yum.
Brock and I are certified Jameson testers.
We are certified.
Yeah, you're
at the
both
Jameson
certified
factory in
cocksuckers,
Dublin,
too.
Ireland, just so you know.
Get on with it.
That's
Okay,
not
so
nice.
anyway, the reason why I'm asking is because if you think you need to step up your sexting game, there's a number you can text the word Slutbot. And what it is it's actually like a bot, some sort of a algorithm or some shit that you text it and it sexts you back. Like you can practice your sexting game with this fucking thing, and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on.
So my question is, so if you get to the point where you're jerking off to the sex bot,
Well,
is that weird?
I think the point of this whole thing is to try and get women or whoever, I guess, to respond to your sexting. Because if you just send them a dick pic, they're gonna be like, whatever. There's a mushroom in there, right? A little funny looking little thing, right?
You don't
Okay.
have what I have.
Yep.
Okay.
Or yours is weird. It's a freak of nature.
It is a freak of nature.
Okay.
Chicks dig.
But either way, the point is if you want to work on your sexting game, there's actually this thing out there now where it'll let you practice.
So it sends you back negative shit too. Like if you send something dumb, it goes, "Oh, you're dumb. I'm out." No more
No,
sexting.
I think what you got to do is try it because I don't know. What it does is it sexts you back somehow.
Yeah, you're a
I didn't
perv.
try
I don't
it.
like you.
Is this
So-
like a 900 number that's
No.
going to cost me money? It's free?
No, it's an actual number. 415.
Whoa,
whoa,
Brock,
I'll do it, I'll
Brock
do it.
grabs his
I'll do it.
phone.
No, try
This
it.
is awesome.
This is great.
All right,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
called
China
sex
tracking
bot.
you.
Oh yeah, no shit, yeah.
So
Okay, what is it?
So
it's
fucking
415
Next thing you know,
650 0395.
You know the best part?
And you text the word slutbot.
You know the best part?
What?
This is a company phone.
oh yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
you're a poor buffet.
So-
we don't
so
even
what
know
do
what he does anyway.
What
Yeah,
do I
yeah.
put on there? Just slutbot?
SLUTBOT, slutbot.
And they're just gonna say something back to
I
me?
guess you'll find out, won't you? Let's find out.
Should I do a question mark or just slutbot?
watch
just
watch
Slutbot.
some serious virus download to your phone and explode.
Okay, sent.
There's no way it could be like a weird virus. How would they send a virus through
I
text?
don't know. I get that freaking virus when I look at Pornhub all the time.
Well, I
It
don't.
pops up and it's like, oh shit, that's not good.
Did you download the Pornhub
Whoa,
app?
hold up.
No.
Did it come back?
Yeah, I've got. It says
Juice box?
juice. It says juice box.
Juice
Here,
box.
I'll let the sober guy read it.
What's it say?
What does it say down there?
Sounds like you were looking for some dirty talk. Dirty talk is a hot and healthy way to communicate during sex. You can even use dirty talk to confirm ongoing consent. Really?
Oh yeah, you gotta have consent.
Really?
You gotta have consent. You know what I mean?
That's horrendous. Our team of sex educators and erotic fiction writer teamed up here to create Slutbot. Slutbot can show you how to sext dirty talk over text like an expert so you can get your partner hot and bothered. Before we get started, how old are you?
yeah,
Make sure you're old enough.
I dare you. No, yeah.
Put in 12 at first or something and see if it continues.
No, because it'll remember. You don't want that. We want to know what
Yeah,
they
Okay,
do.
first of all,
then the FBI
put
would
your
be
actual
fucking
age
tracking
in.
your phone.
No, they won't track my
85.
phone. Should I do 85 or 12? I kind of want
put
to do
your
12.
actual age. Just
Don't
put your real age.
Your real age.
All right, all right,
I'm
all right.
curious.
Just put 40 or something.
Let's
and
see.
it'll think, well, you're 40, and are you a virgin?
Next thing you know, Chris Hansen's knocking on the door.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Hello, Brock. This is
Hey,
Chris
just come
Hansen.
over
You're
here.
on
Just sit down.
NBC's
Just take a
fucking
seat.
How to fuck up a predator.
All right, so it says, great. What's your gender?
Male.
You should,
Hey,
Male,
Why,
but
you
I
racist?
identify
say
as a female.
non-binary.
Yeah, I like that. Male,
Male.
female. I wonder if I'd get better if it was female.
Should say transgender.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
You should.
got it. Do you want to talk to a female or a male bot?
Oh, female
Female.
dumbass.
Both.
Brian.
Both. I'll do
Yeah.
both.
Hello.
We'll do
I
female.
am a female bot.
Dude, I'm going to get so much spam on this phone now going
Yeah, you
forward.
know.
No, you won't. Because you
Next
can
thing-
always say,
you know
so
what's funny?
you can
Next thing-
also, so just so you know, if it's too much, they have a safe word, and it's called, the safe word is pineapple. So you text in pineapple, and it'll stop.
All right, sober guy with glasses. I left my glasses at home. All right,
Supposed
hold
to
on.
read the rest of it?
So is
I don't know.
Great, I'll connect you to a female bot now so you can practice sexting. Though it sounds like you may be acquainted already.
Huh.
If you aren't sure what to say when talking dirty, use this formula. Explain what you're about to do. I can't wait to... ... Describe what you're doing, what it feels like. It feels so good. ... Describe what you just did. Did you like the way I... ...
Wow. Okay, well, let's see here. And then I got a little weird computer emoji winky face.
Purple.
Yeah.
It's
Hi
awful.
there. I was thinking it'd be hot to try sexting with you. Would you like to sex with me? Sure.
Yes.
Better get consent.
Yeah,
That's why
go
we're
on,
here.
Ask, do I have consent and are you over 18?
I'm gonna do that. Sure. How old are you?
You
How
fell.
old is it? No, it's
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, I'm 30. Yeah.
Don't want to rate that bot.
I'm a fucking robot, you know? I was built 3 weeks ago.
Mm.
Pretty sure that's underage.
Yeah, I would
That
think
shit's
so.
for
funny.
sure.
Are you waiting?
Yeah, I'm just TikTok.
No shit. Look at that. big-
Awesome.
Awesome. If you get uncomfortable, you can always say the safe word, pineapple. To stop
See?
that chant, to start over, type slutbot. Before we start, how do you like your sexting? Slow and gentle or hot and sexy?
Oh, hot and sexy motherfucker. Go for it.
Oh, it's a number 1 is slow and gentle. Where's like number 3, like gooey or
Yeah.
gooey?
Yeah,
Deep Throat?
Send 3 and see what it
Yeah,
does.
you know what? The
Yeah,
last
yeah.
time this motherfucker said, look up gooey deep throat. I look up gooey deep throat and I got a fucking transgender dick slapping everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, but damn, you gotta
Okay.
warn me about this shit.
Just gotta
before
be
pos-
prepared.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So I'm putting 3 on there just to
was a church.
see. Let's see what 3
You
says.
try to confuse it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Way too structured to be any kind of good.
Yeah, this is too much work.
Yeah, but you know what? You're getting good practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna be funny?
Sorry, I didn't get that. Would you prefer 1 or 2?
So he's gonna be sitting at dinner one night,
You're
or
number
hanging
2
out
on
in
that
bed,
bot.
and his girlfriend's
Okay,
gonna be like,
timer's up there, guys. We just got the timer.
Okay, well,
Shane, you
let's
watch.
do this real quick and then we'll finish that.
Swishy swish.
Oh, we got to swish.
Oh yeah, let's.
his girlfriend's gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
Dude, you know my girlfriend. She's gonna be like, "You did what? I want to try. Let's see if it's any good for
Yeah,
girls."
she's gonna pick the dude.
Yeah.
Hey,
I just want to know how good Brian actually is. He thinks he's good at it.
You know damn well if we open his phone right now, we could freaking see some shit.
no. That's why when he goes, let me see your phone to check your. I'm like,
Don't
Yeah.
swipe left.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
swipe
yeah.
left. Don't swipe left.
Nothing but dick pics from Brian.
Yeah, that's okay.
He probably does it to random numbers too.
Poor people.
Yeah, I agree.
If I got a list of all the Obama phones, I'd send it that way.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I like. You got a good swish action over there. That sounds good.
Okay, should I try it now? I swished 3 times.
Yeah.
all right. So Shane, you last blow was .034.
Oh, it's more now. I guarantee it
Yeah, we'll see.
because I can
We'll
feel
see.
it.
I
Are you
can-
ready?
I
Write
can
down how
feel
much
it.
it had too, not just but like what approximately like
Oh, yeah,
half
so you-
beer, 1 shot.
How many beer?
He's had 2 shots.
So the
I've had-
first one was like half beer and 1 shot. I
This
think
is
for
part of my
pretty much
second
everybody,
beer.
right?
2 shots, a 9% beer, and now a
and beer and a half.
quarter of a beer.
Okay, I'll just say half.
Ready?
That's a good blow face. I don't like it. I hope we're getting this on video.
Okay. And grab your
Of
straw.
course we are.
Speaking of Slutbot, how you doing? You got plans later?
I don't know. Are you buying dinner?
Sure. You like Taco
Any
Bell, right?
guesses before I look at it?
What was he last time?
0.05, 0.06.
0.053.
Well, that's awfully
What'd you say?
specific.
I'd say 0.05. Yeah, I bet he's illegal.
0.054.
Dude,
Wow.
damn, that was
What?
close.
Wow, good job.
Nerd.
Nice.
All right.
I'll show you just so you can see I'm not
Alright.
making it
Oh,
up.
it says off.
Oh, just turned off. It's 0.054.
0.054.
Okay,
So
Brock. Yeah,
you
Mr.
kind of know
Swisher.
roughly, like you could have that with dinner and go home no problem.
Yeah. But now the good part about it now is that I know how I feel right now. And so, you get more drunk and you're like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
like I
I've
know-
taken this
I know
with
where I'm
me.
at.
So I have a buddy. He's an old Marine Corps gunny, and I used to go over and drink Heineken at his house all night
Yeah.
long.
I like how he said gunny. That's just a good
You're
word.
fucking gunny.
He's a gunnery
He
sergeant.
died. Did you know that?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did, yeah.
yeah,
I
the
love
guy.
that guy.
Arlie Army. Yeah.
Arlie Ermy.
Yeah.
All right, you're
He
up.
was a real gunnery sergeant. Though.
Yeah, he was.
He was honorary. He wasn't a real gunnery sergeant.
Oh,
Don't ruin my vision of who he was.
I have
Just
to.
like saying Sam
Take a
Elliott's gay. Don't
Trying
do
to tell
it.
him now you're
Don't
going to say
do
there's
it.
no Santa Claus.
Any
Yeah.
guesses? Any
Yeah,
guesses?
where am I at? What do you
So
think?
you're at .021.
I've
so
had
I'm
one
thinking-
beer and 2 shots.
I think you're about .04. .04. .043.
0.057.
See, I think under 0.04.
I think you're an alcoholic.
Perfect.
0.029.
See?
Yeah, he
Super
probably has,
liver.
he's been drinking that weak beer.
It is 3-2.
Yeah.
It is 3-2. So
Jesus.
That makes sense, though.
Fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been drinking
You
real
want-
beer. This is what they drink in other parts of the world,
Bullshit.
everywhere else. Real beer.
Hmm?
I'm trying to
Welcome to
adjust.
Utah.
Yeah, welcome to Utah. That's Utah law right there. Nobody can have any fun.
Nobody can have any fun.
No.
We're having fun now.
You're going to find just gotta drink more of it.
Yeah, I got
That's
to drink
more fun.
You know what's funny is
No,
like
it's cheaper to
You
drink
don't-
the strong stuff.
Do you want to just, but do you want to just drink a bottle and then you're like, yeah, I'm done? Well, there goes that.
I guess that's true.
Like, do you want to keep drinking all night?
well, you think we got liquor laws? Isn't which whiskey is in a dry county? They make it in a dry county.
Jack Daniels.
Yeah,
It's
JD.
Lynchburg.
Lynchburg, Tennessee.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
What
Yeah.
the fuck is going on with this? I think it's. I'm going
Did
first
you swish
next.
with water?
What's
I
it say?
swished. There's no way.
sure?
I'm telling
What
you,
does it
you're
say?
No
I didn't see you
fucking
swish.
way.
you were born without a liver, dude.
0.15?
Holy shit!
No
There
way.
is no,
It's just turned off, but it did say 0.15 before it turned off.
0.15. How in the hell I'm not even close to 0.15.
I think you should swish with more water.
Like I said,
I'm
positive,
swishing.
negative. Here,
I'm always high.
we'll get another straw for you. Just in
It's
case.
the straw.
Yeah,
It has
that's
to
what
be
it
the
is.
straw.
It's the straw. It's got to
Oh,
be.
maybe I got
Has
some
to be
mouth
the
alcohol
straw.
in the straw. I don't fucking know, but damn.
So far,
I should be like slurring my speech and running around with my clothes off.
Not necessarily.
You should be. Why don't
You're a
you?
seasoned
Have you
drinker
not-
now.
It's just us
Have you-
guys. We don't care.
You don't have to
Have you
be.
not partied with me before there, Jamie?
You don't have to be drunk to do that kind of stuff.
Well, of course, but it's more fun.
Okay, there you
All
go.
right, there we go.
Well, then you get
Just swish
public
with-
intox
Where's
as
your
well
water?
as
Did you
your
swish
aloofness.
again? Did you swish again?
Yeah.
No, I'll
Switch one more.
right now.
Swish, hurry.
yeah, swish.
You need more
Swish.
water?
Swisher Sweets, laced with weed.
Swish. So anyway, what's your Slutbot say?
Oh, she wanted me to re-enter one or two, and I got bored.
Well,
Drop a
you're not
deuce on
trying
her.
for. That's why you can't sex.
It's just
you
like
get bored.
It's
Drop
just
a
like real
deuce on
sexting.
it.
Drop
a deuce on her.
Hot and sexy. Okay, drop a deuce. Bam. Take that. All right, waiting.
She responds quick, right?
Waiting. Not too bad. Okay. There you go. I like to let him read it. Do it in a sexy voice.
I don't really have a radio voice though.
Do a sexy voice.
Just the way I like it. I've been thinking about you all day. Last night was really hot. Want to know my favorite part?
You know what's great?
You just made my nipples hard.
Yes, we're gonna go yes. You know the best part is I'm gonna leave this, and if my girlfriend goes through my phone, that's what she's gonna read the last couple
I
of
think
texts.
I think that's probably a good idea to delete those things.
No, hell no.
I got
don't give a
another.
shit.
Love
Well, if
how
you
you
leave the whole
slowly
thing,
caressed my nipples and kissed
you
my
can read the
neck
beginning.
until I was begging for your cock.
Read that again. I love it.
No,
Come on.
Say
no,
it
I
again.
can't do it.
What's it say, Brian?
I can't do it. I can't do it. Did it turn you on to hear me beg?
It did. Say yes. Type yes.
Wow, it's confused.
See, this is 0.086.
So it went down a
You
little
may
bit.
have-
Down.
You
but-
may have had that a little bit of alcohol in your straw or something. It's possible.
Yeah, it's still high for.
It's high, but you,
Mm.
I mean,
I wouldn't worry about it. In most states, you're still probably okay.
It's okay. It says OMG.
if you don't get pulled over, you're even better.
It
Yeah.
gets
That's the point. We have to pull you over to get to see if you're freaking DUI or not.
See?
That's
Even
I
he
mean,
says
if you,
it.
if you can't freaking drive your car and stay in your lane and keep reasonable speed, and I mean, just follow the things that everybody else, well, it depends on if you're in Utah or not, do or not. I mean, there's no reason for us to contact you. If you're a 0.0, if you're a 0.1, you're driving home just fine, and I don't have a reason to stop you. You're fine. You're obviously not impaired. That's the whole point. Is we stop you based on what we see. It's those traffic stops initially that gets us into the front door to see what you got going on.
Oh, yeah.
all right. So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
As an officer, and you hear all these under the table rumors. Is there a quota?
No.
There's not. So if you go in and you've got like a third of the citations that every other officer has, are they gonna be like, dude, what are you doing? Sleeping in your car?
So there's a not so simple answer. There's officially no quota, no such thing.
Okay.
However, for someone that is in a job that's as unique as ours, how do you measure whether someone's being proactive? How do you measure that your tax dollars are going to this guy effectively? How do you do that as a manager?
Gotcha.
You know, it's tough to say. Like,
it's a measure of,
if you got that
are
cop
you sleeping on the job?
exactly. If I'm just parked and not doing anything and just waiting for calls to come out and I'm being reactive, am I worth the taxpayers' dollars? Or do you want me, I mean, that crash that took 45 minutes that you're sitting on a freeway or in the middle of an intersection, do you want us to go out and stop that before it happens? Or do you want me to just wait for it to happen and go do it? And there's got to be a way to measure that. And the only way you measure that is typically with stops. It's not necessarily citations versus violations either. You know, that's one thing
it's
too.
activity. I think is it just general activity?
Yeah. So they don't really, at least at my agency, they don't look at how, I mean, they kind of do, but not really. They want a fair and balanced citation to warning ratio.
Right.
However, it doesn't impact us at all. If we're really low on the citation portion and the warnings, they're like, well, if you're stopping all these people, obviously they committed violations. Why are you not like holding them accountable? So there is that little bit of that balance there where they want us to be proactive, but how do we do that without, I mean, there's no quota, but it's like, go keep busy. And that's how you find the other things. That's how you find guns on the street. That's how you find drugs and dope low. I mean, all those things. That's how you get those things out of there.
You know what really cracked me up when I was a cop? The
fact that every girl with really big boobs got warnings.
Yeah.
No, the
Reviewing
one thing.
body
Check the
cams
size of
later
their
on.
areolas first.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm just curious.
No,
You made me show mine last night.
Well, you all have weird nipples. Anyway, what I was saying is the thing that really disturbed me about being a cop, the complaint that really pissed me off was, why are you over here bugging me? Why aren't you out there getting the rapists and the murderers? I'm like, you know, ma'am or sir, if there was a rape in progress, I'd be going to it.
Yeah.
But we don't know. Okay?
We have to find that somehow.
Yeah. I mean, if there was murder, if what you think happens all the time, there would be so many rapes and murders.
Yeah,
It'd be crazy. We'd have mass chaos here.
Yeah.
It's like I drive around, I stop you. Well, shouldn't you be out getting the rapes and murderers? Yeah, when it happens.
Well, I mean,
I'll wait for the call.
It can be even more simple too. I mean, the running a red light, right? I mean, I handled a crash where someone ran a red light and there was an infant that was not in a child seat right at the door where that car T-boned.
Right.
So, I mean, that's one of those, it's just a simple light violation.
And that's got to be the toughest, the infants, right?
Seeing kids is the hardest. Fortunately, to date, have not had to deal with like kids too much other than this infant who was, and they ended up telling me it was at the U of U hospital right after the Nurse Wobbles incident. You guys all heard about that, right?
Oh, yeah.
So right after that, dirty looks all over the place. I'm like, I just want to see if the kid's going to make it. Nurse is like, yeah, you know, he has a fracture on his head and, you know, it's a possible TBI, but they're like, yeah, other than that, that baby's going to make it. So we're like, all right, hard to tell. But I mean, those are the things that's what sucks. But that's that simple, traffic running a red light. Like that's what that prevents. That's why we're out doing those kinds of things. Falling too close is one of the common traffic accidents all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Get off of people. I mean, if you do that, you're good.
If they would get out of my way,
Yeah,
I would
that's
not
true.
ride their ass.
On freeways specifically,
But see, here's the
yes.
thing. Now you're saying all this stuff, but you have a second career that you're looking at possibly thinking about, right?
Yeah, I'm going to try and maintain my peace officer certification through some another place that I can work at. But yeah, I'm ready to hang it up here pretty soon.
Yeah. So you're going to maybe possibly go into.
I'm going to go do some flying. Right now,
You're a certified flight instructor right now.
Right now, I'm a flight instructor. So I got my degree and all that stuff years ago, and kind of put it on the side, and decided to go a different route. And now I think it's time to get back into it.
And you're going to fly for a fairly large airline, right?
Hopefully here pretty soon. It's probably like, on the realistic scale, a year or two out before I'll get there. But yeah, I mean, right now I'm teaching part-time, and then I'll be leaving the agency that I work for before the end of the year.
Yeah.
So, but I gotta add a caveat to that. It doesn't reflect on the department I work for.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to work for any other agency.
Oh yeah.
I love the agency I work for. I think they do good work. I think they're as far as in the state of Utah, I think they're some of the most respected amongst most people.
Mm-hmm.
As a perfect example, I've gone to doctor's appointments where I've met with people that I had a nurse practitioner who was from the UK. So what do you do for a living? And I'm like, well, I'm a cop. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. And like backs up like like I was gonna shoot her or something right then and there. And I'm like, really? Like, no, it's all right. And then I told her what agency I work for. She's like, oh, well, that's a little different.
You know,
maybe she didn't take it serious.
So what's funny about that is, so Shane and I, we took a trip to Europe one time, and remember when we were walking through the airport, Shane, and the cops had machine guns over there, and so we walk up and go talk to the cops, and we're like, let's check out your gear, and they're like, this is really weird. People usually avoid us, and we're like, no, our guns are bigger than the ones you're carrying.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But it was funny how cops are perceived differently in different areas, you know. So it's over there. I mean,
well, they don't say over there, and well, specifically England, if I remember, that was one place. They're known for not carrying guns, but there is a percentage, like 25 or 30% of cops over there do carry guns. But when they do, they're carrying like AR-15s and like the real deal, you know. So I think the public perception is that, you know, if you're carrying a gun, you're probably out to do some harm.
Well, I think the another problem that I've noticed with that I see all over social media and stuff, the perception is that we're militarizing, right?
Yeah.
We're getting more and more tactical, and that's scary and all this crap, and it's ridiculous because it's a balance. It's bad guys gear up. Bad guys have access to high power rifles. They have access to body armor.
They do. Yeah.
The LA shooting in the early 90s. That was when it kind of we realized, crap, all cops need rifles.
Yeah.
Because in LA, all they had were handguns. You know, they ended up getting some shotguns, but they broke into a gun store to get rifles to shoot to return fire on these guys.
I think I remember seeing videos from that.
Yeah, there were two guys that were head to toe armor just walking around, and all
the bank
these
robbers, right?
Yeah,
that was crazy.
The funny part is the detectives rolling up were 38 specials, man.
Yeah, nothing.
Six bullets,
spit wads,
nothing worked on.
BB guns.
These guys had three vests on, over one on top of the other,
and they also had full auto AKs at the time.
Wow.
So let me ask you this, Jamie. As an officer, in living in Utah, we're a very gun friendly state.
Yeah.
So when you
Republican,
so when you roll up, I mean, how do you guys feel about the gun laws currently in Utah? You know, because there's a lot of movement in the liberal, you know, California. We're like, hey, you can't have this, you can't have that. You can only have so many rounds per gun. I mean, how do you guys, when I roll up and I've got guns, whether it's a concealed weapon with a license or whether it's just right? Because I remember when I was in high school, there were still cowboys that would be rocking in the back of their window.
I remember going to high school, and this one time in particular, we used to go up there with gun racks in the back of our.
Yes.
This sounds like I'm a redneck, but it's okay.
You
That
are
happened in my
redneck.
truck.
We had gun racks in the back of the trucks, and people would put obviously their rifles or whatever. But after school, they'd go hunting, you know, and it could be whether it was pheasant hunting or duck hunting,
rabbits, whatever,
deer hunting, you know, that could be whatever the season was. And I remember one time specifically, the principal came out to the parking lot, and one of the students handed him the rifle that he had, and the principal pulled it out and looked at it, and it was a bolt action. He pulled it, you know, he cracked it a little bit, and he looked, admired, and said, "This is a really nice gun. Good luck today." And he handed it back to the student. It was no big deal, and he went back into his office. You know, it was like part of life back then. It was no big deal.
So how do you feel now? You roll up on a guy and he's got, if he has a concealed weapons permit and it's concealed, or the other scenario where he actually has a gun and it's not concealed, and it, you know what I mean? How do you feel as an officer?
Just so you guys know, they decided case law says that your vehicle is an extension of your domicile. You don't have to have a concealed permit to carry anymore in your vehicle.
In your
So you can be hidden underneath the seat
in Utah,
Yeah.
right?
It doesn't have to be.
It
shown.
can be loaded. It can be ready to go. It's an extension of your home.
Okay.
Okay. I roll up on people all the time, both that have their permits. Sometimes it's visible. Sometimes it's tucked away. Sometimes they're just letting me know. Honestly, the what bugs me the most is when I'm doing a traffic stop in the middle of the day for, like, you know, not signaling or something simple, just to see what's going on, right? Just to fill in a stat, not to cite anybody, just doing something. And I go up and they got their hands on the wheel and they're looking at me like they're terrified. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, hey, can I get your license registration? Oh, I'm going to reach for my back pocket. Like, it's like, dude, relax. Like, that bothers me more than the fact that person is armed.
You know, but at the same time, I remember one time I did have a gun with me. I got pulled over by a cop, and he pulled up, and I put both hounds out the window. I said, "Look, officer, there is a gun in the car.
Yeah.
It is loaded. There's not one in the chamber, and I'm not completely. I did hunter safety when I was younger, but I don't have a concealed permit. And he was like, look, I appreciate it. Step out of the car. And we went through the thing, and he was way cool, and he actually let me go, and I feel like I avoided a ticket just by being so cool with him about the whole gun thing.
Yeah. Usually when people just tell me where it is and what, okay, that's cool. Hey, it's in my glove box.
Don't show me yours. I won't show you mine.
Exactly. And that when it comes down to it, the way that I handle people that are like that is they'll tell me, hey, I got a gun in my glove box or it's on my hip. And I'll just say, look, don't do anything. Or usually I'll just tell them, trust me, if you're doing something I don't like, you'll be the first to know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay, so that was the alarm, Shane. So if you want to swish, let's see where you're at.
Yeah, I just swished once. I'm going to swish one more time here. Hold on.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I was curious about that because I know
we see them all the time. I've arrested DUIs that have loaded guns in their car. Or we've gotten stolen guns from just simple things all the time, big loads of drugs, all this. I mean, but the culture here, it's nothing but a thing for the most part. If somebody's going to shoot at us, it's going to be right when their wheels stop turning.
Yeah.
And we know that.
Gotcha.
You know, if we come up and talk to you and we kind of assess who you are, we're either not going to come back up there if we think there's a problem until we have 4 or 5 guys there, and we're going to have long guns out, and we're going to call you back to us if we think there's a problem. Or it's just going to be hey, thanks for telling me where it is. Cool. Just leave it where it is. We'll be fine. We'll be out here in just a minute.
And a long gun means we're getting our M4s out.
M4 shotguns.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And it's
I
gonna,
like it.
the fully automatic cut you in half guns, you know. Okay, I want to blow first.
No, we're keeping it in order.
All right, fine. Damn, Shane.
Know your role.
What are you doing later?
I just squirted just now. Did you see that?
He's a squirter.
Squirt your pants.
You seen that bumper sticker? It says, what does it say? Nice girls spit, good girls swallow. And underneath that, it says, I gargle.
No, I haven't seen that one. I saw one today, though. It was pretty interesting.
What is that?
It says, you're going to ride my ass, at least pull my hair.
I've seen that one. That's a good one.
At least
She was hot as fuck, too.
It's
I was
the happy
oh,
handle,
shit.
the ponytail.
Yeah.
I like the one that says, I love Mormon pussy.
You know what? I think that
.067.
0.067.
0.067.
And how much have you had to drink? Almost 2 beers and 2 shots, right?
2 beers and 2 shots.
How do you feel, though? Would you drive right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, should I? No. Legally, no, but I'm just telling the truth.
How do you feel, though? Do you feel that
I
your
honestly
motor
believe-
skills are fine? You
Absolutely.
can stand up?
Yeah, stand up, move
Look,
Well,
around.
that's not a test that they do there, the nose guy. That's
Shut
picking
the
your
fuck
nose.
up. I didn't ask your opinion.
No, they do the eyes thing. Follow my finger.
That's called nice.
Do you want to do my eyeball thing?
Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm serious.
Boom, 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 boom.
Do
Almost
my
there.
eyeball thing.
Blow.
Click.
Blow you,
Go
son
ahead and
of a
grab
bitch.
it. Grab your straw.
All right, let's see where it's
Let's
at.
see where's that. I was at what point? Almost 0.03
So your
Guesses,
last
since you
one,
seem to be the lowest.
.029.
is where I was.
So I think he's at a .052.
I think I'm 0.42.
.059.
0.0442.
042.
Ah!
Serious?
Are you
And I did
serious?
not look at it.
Jeez.
But you guys
Here,
got to remember, your guys' beer is freaking 3 times as strong as mine.
Yeah.
So,
Can you see that? Oh, it turned off.
and I've had
Yeah, it
I've
only
had
holds up for a little bit.
I've had almost two beers and 2 shots. But this is Utah beer, 3.2 alcohol. Brian, you're up. Brian's gonna be like
I'm gonna
alcohol
be like-
poisoning.
Yeah.
He's gonna be
This is
passed out.
horseshit.
He's
I
going to
don't
be
even have
dead
a-
in no time.
Yeah.
I don't even have a buzz. This is baloney here.
Bull.
Bologna.
I'm going to sue the beer companies.
What
Yeah,
fun is it if
it's
there's no
going on.
alcohol in your beer when it says there is?
BLO. That means blow.
Is that what it
Yeah.
says?
You're a pro at that.
He is.
You do it so nice.
He is.
Shit. I read.
Well, apparently you suck.
Hold on.
Did you blow the wrong way?
Blow.
Keep going.
Go, 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 go.
You look so handsome
Clicky
like
click.
that.
Thanks, buddy. Let's see. Where's it going? Here, you
Oh,
be
let's
the, you
guess.
be the
What were you last time, Brian?
.086 after a .15.
So you were gonna be like 0.15.
Did you swish like everybody
I
else?
swished the shit out of my mouth. Yeah.
1093.
.093.
Why am
Well,
I
they-
higher than both of you?
Because you're dumb.
That's
I'm
not.
telling you, we went shot for shot, drink for drink. We drank the exact same thing, and his alcohol content was twice as mine.
You want me to guess?
What? I had lunch.
Fat content. Sorry, buddy.
We're fat.
Love you, but you're
Yeah.
just a little bit.
chubbier.
A little bit on the soggier side.
You're plumper.
That's a fat joke.
You're a little plumper. Yeah.
How is fat?
So looking at what he's got and what you've got,
Hey,
Yep.
I'm saying his metabolism is higher. I wonder if
Possibly.
it does actually metabolize a little bit different the more fit you are. It's
Fuck
supposed
you.
to.
Brian, you have to admit,
You're fatter than I am.
we both
I
weigh
am
about
at
the same amount.
Weight
238.
isn't the
You're at
same.
250, you fat fuck.
It's not about
and where are
weight.
you at?
About body fat percentage.
I'm fat right now. I'm like 245.
Yeah.
It's about body fat percentage.
Okay, so there you have it. That's our however long it took us to do this. We did 3 tests.
1 hour. I've already
Brian's-
hit a .093.
You're
That's
above the
Shane,
federal.
That's
you're
why
at
you-
.067. And Brock's at a .042.
So the
Good
good
he's
news,
drinking weak beer, so
Yeah,
that's
I am.
yeah,
So I can do
pussy.
2 shots and 2 beers in an hour, and I'm cool.
yeah.
And I can still drive home without any problem.
No.
And I did 2
Now-
shots and
now remember,
and,
Does
2
it-
strong beers, and if I got pulled over and they only did the breath thing, then I would have a problem.
It's
but,
still about how the tests go too.
but if it was .08, then I would still be okay technically.
yeah, but that doesn't matter
In a
anymore.
different state, yeah.
Not anymore, but other places.
But again, though, this is all about. I told you guys earlier, but I haven't said it over the air. Like I've let people go that are a .09 because their tests were good.
Yeah.
And Utah is all about it's proving impairment. And if you're not impaired, I'm not going to hook you.
Gotcha.
So I mean, and I'll repeat again, there are times where I'm, to cover my butt, to cover your butt, I might say, hey, help me out here, park your car, and have a buddy come get you.
Dude, if I get out
you
of a
don't have to
ticket,
do that, but
if I get out of a ticket, absolutely. Where you want me to park? Where we
Yeah.
want to get towed? Let's
Exactly,
do this.
yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
call a friend, come get you.
Absolutely.
Bring some buddies, drive your car out of here. I don't know. It seems like there's a misconception. Utah is pretty good from my experience. I've never been law enforcement anywhere else, but talking to people outside, you understand we're not out to get you.
Yeah.
We want to make sure you don't run into somebody. I mean, I've had pretty bad DUI crashes where they've almost killed people.
yeah.
Or they have killed people.
Oh,
Been to some of those too. There was a couple of gals up the canyon that 18, 19 years old up in Park City having a party, ends up front flipping the car, not rolling this way,
That's hard to do.
front flips the car, and the A-pillar came down, smacked the driver in the head and killed her.
Yeah.
18 years old. And
Done.
yeah,
Do you
both
have
of them
any-
drinking.
You got any cool stories? Like, you know what? I pulled over a bunch of strippers and they were half naked. Those are the stories I want to hear.
The stories that, I don't know, I've always wanted to arrest Santa on Christmas.
That'd be cool.
I
That would
haven't
be
done
fun.
it yet. I've always wanted to. I did arrest a mariachi singer. That was pretty fun.
That's
in
pretty
full uniform. He was drunk. He threw up in my car. My car was untainted. It was untainted, like 80,000 miles. Didn't speak any English whatsoever. He was up chucking on the side of the road, and the fire department pulled him over.
Yeah.
The fire
The
department.
fire department
Holy
saw him.
shit.
Wow.
He starts up a ramp on the freeway and then stops, gets out, walks around. The fire department sees this. They're like, what is happening? So they stop and watch him, gets back in the car, backs up about 15 feet, stops, gets out, goes over and starts up chucking in the bushes,
Nice.
goes back to his car, and the fire department at that point was like, we got to stop this before something bad goes happening.
Going
So
on.
they threw their lights on and pulled him over.
So
And then they handed it
So
off to
no
me.
no noise ordinance. You roll up and it's a strip joint and
I've been to a couple of places. We've done some alcohol busts at bars for underage drinking, but that's pretty fun when you get
so
there and people
speaking of
just...
that,
Hey,
Tell
we
that
have
story.
a really good story. So
Yeah.
last night we were all sitting at Mid City. It's a sports bar where I manage, and Shane is an employee there, and he is a bouncer, and part-time bouncer. And so we're sitting there and we're talking about tonight's show. We're going over everything, and here comes these two very young ladies walking to the door.
Yes.
And I make
Shane's the door guy.
Shane's the door guy, and I Shane, you gotta ID these bitches.
They look kind of young.
Yeah, and he stands up, and then next thing you know, they hand over a certificate.
Yeah, Shane's like, sorry, you're not
I
gonna
get
make
a gold star for
Yeah.
the day.
It's a sting.
It's
And-
called the Cub program.
yeah, and he passed with flying colors. They hand
yeah.
over the
I actually tried to get a few family friends into that kind of thing where they go to various places. They meet up with cops. The cops hang out outside. They're between 18 and 21, so they can't have alcohol, but they're still adults.
Yeah.
And they send them into places and say, hey, go in there, have some dinner. You know, the department will pay for it and everything. Then at the end, try and order a drink, see if it comes to you.
Yeah.
And if it does,
Texas. We'll swarm the
when it
place.
comes in, they usually will document exactly what happened, who it was, all that stuff. But the business for hiring that employee and allowing that employee to do that can get like a $10,000 fine.
Yeah.
So basically, I saved him $10,000 last night. Plus whatever if they got shut down for however amount of time.
That's true.
That type of money. So I think I should ask for a raise.
I mean, Shane did proposition one of them.
You kind of
No.
did.
Yeah.
You did. $1 million. $1 million.
I did ask for $1 million. That's true.
You want to come in here, it's $1 million.
I
But
think
other
he
than
should
that, you're too young.
He should get like a employee of the month plaque. I might make it and just throw it up on the wall next to one of the
You know
posters.
what? I'm going to put on there likes and all.
I like it.
And then we're like, who's an all?
Who's an L?
There you go.
You ever seen employee of the month? Come on, man.
Come on.
No?
Doesn't
No,
matter.
really? You're missing out.
It's an 84 Honda Civic. How dare
Hey,
you?
How
So,
dare you?
more of the story. If you're in Utah, you can have 2 shots and 2 Utah beers.
If you're a big guy.
I'm
If you're a
feeling
big guy,
I'm feeling a little buzz
Okay.
right now.
That's
So
'cause of your
here's the
fat
real
content
thing,
in your
though.
body.
Oh,
Which we wouldn't be
now
able
you
to
know
do
what?
on camera.
Thanks a lot, there, Officer Jamie. Now he's gonna always call me a fat fuck, and you're buzzed because you're fat. This is how it's gonna go now.
Well, now that you
This
brought
is
it up, I
it. It's
probably will.
A relative.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not-
Well, anyway. So anyway, we got to get out of here. So anyway, you learned a lesson today. I learned a lesson. You did.
Absolutely.
You did. You obviously know because you've been doing it. You did it for a long time, but you didn't do the 0.05. 2 beers, 2 shots in an hour ish. You might
If you're 250.
if you're 250 pounds and mostly not fat.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, 20
Okay.
Well, come on, it affects metabolism. It has
does.
to.
Right.
So
Okay.
festively plump.
So,
Eat
but
it,
don't take our word for it because everybody's different, correctly?
everybody's different. And again, that's why I just want to get this in there. Like in the state of Utah, we're out to prove impairment. It's not about anything else. If you're over, the law says we can hook you, but it still is all about impairment.
Yeah. So
if we stop drinking now, is our blood alcohol going to climb?
Sometimes it climbs up for a brief period after.
Okay.
Just because it's metabolizing. You still have alcohol in your stomach that's metabolizing.
Yeah,
So that's going to be that climb. Once it reaches its max and it's all actually in, then you'll start declining.
Perfect.
so there you go.
So yeah. So
Yes.
I hope our listeners. I hope our listeners will get the kind of gist of this is not something that Mormons or this is something that probably. I mean, I've been a cop for 18 and a half years, and this is something I've never done before. This is an experiment I've never done. I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah.
I can't believe that this is where I'm at after.
2 shots and 2 of your favorite beers.
Yeah, holy hell!
Yeah.
Well, I
You know?
gotta tell you too. I mean, again, when I got my PBT for the first time, I was at my buddies at the Gunnies, and I had finished a 12 of Heineken. I mean, it was throughout the whole night. It was like 4 or 5 hours, and I'm driving home, and I'm like, I don't know if I should be driving. Like, I felt good, but I didn't feel like I was gone, having been plastered before. I'm like, I didn't feel that bad. So as soon as I got home, I PBT'd, and I was in 054. So it's like, it shows that there is a level of impairment at that point. I'm sure it's a matter of time. It's going to go down to 0, and it's just going to be find some other means of
If you
transportation.
feel impaired, you probably shouldn't be driving.
Well, and
I think that's pretty.
Or if you're feeling a little bit happy and you're telling
It's
funny
not
jokes,
worth it.
you shouldn't be driving.
It's not
But
worth
I mean, you
it. That's
figure
what it's about.
women are, the women I date are half my size, so they're like a buck 125. So it'd be 1 shot and 1 beer. But I got a question for you, Jamie. Will you come back and we'll do I want to do a high score game when I don't have to work tomorrow. I want to see who can get the high score between me and Shane because you're a cheater.
Yeah.
How the hell am I?
Brian
cheating?
wins.
Because you're out of shape.
Brian wins.
I actually weigh less than Shane.
Not about weight, body composition.
It's not about weight.
You're fluffy. All right. I think that's
Okay,
it,
so
right?
anyway,
Doesn't mean
yeah,
we
that's
don't
it.
love
You know
you.
what?
That's it.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Jamie, you're cool. I'm out.
Whatever.
Let's do
Whatever.
it.
We're done. Okay, the BBS show. Thanks for listening. Don't take anything we say too serious because you can't use this in the court of law.
Hey.
That's Brian, Brock,
Good night.
Jamie. I'm Shane.
And just a special thanks, Jamie,
Yeah,
for
thank
coming
you.
out. And
Yes,
doing
thank
this,
you very much.
taking
Let
out.
me know when you want me to come back again, and We'll go for a high score.
High score, baby.
Sounds good.
The other thing we need to do this too with actually being able to do tests on you guys.
Yeah, see,
I would
Blood
like
test.
that.
No.
The
standard
field
field
sobriety.
sobriety test.
Oh yeah, let's do that. We should do that outside.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Next time we're gonna do it at a bar.
Yeah, let's do it in a
I would
do it
love
at a
to.
sports
Is there an area we can go where we're?
Sure,
You
outside.
bet. Yeah.
Okay.
We got a couple of friends that own bars, so we should be able to do that.
Yeah.
We'll do it again. All right, so we're done. Ready? Peace.